to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. With new Rogue and Jack Magnum still missing, the rest of the troupe continued onward. Shadow Nemesis told Dell the story of the lion's paw before unveiling his plan to sneak into the monastery. Dell ordered the Dr. Deputy to tie up some cockatrices to be eaten by zombies and took advantage of her new minion's darkvision. And Tyler learned he was wearing an earring of sexiness and couldn't remove it due to the sway it held over him. Will Wet Change succeed in their plan to stealthily enter the monastery? And will New Rogue survive to join them in their quest? I doubt it.
Hello, friends, and welcome to this week's recording of Jesters of Ravenloft. We've got the whole gang back together. I'm still on the same medication that made me stupid, but I've adjusted enough that I'm only a little bit stupid now instead of all the way stupid. I thought footprints were called foot boots, and I went to a drive-thru, tried to order a coffee, and forgot I had to say a size. I just said I wanted a coffee and then sat there, so it would magically come to me. And that was when I realized I could not remember the entire rule set of Dungeons & Dragons. But it's back now. It's in here, at least enough of it that with all of us working together, we can sort of remember, which really is all we've ever done in any episode of Jesters.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm going to do a quick recap for anybody who's never listened before, but there are like 100 and something plus episodes, so it's going to be real brief relative to the amount of time. The sketch comedy troupe Wet Change and their stage manager, Del Borovic, were performing at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival when they were sucked into Ravenloft. They discovered they had been accidentally summoned by the god Ezra, the god of the mists, who was also hoping to escape Ravenloft, but needed champions to be able to do that. It has been a rough ride for this team. They've discovered they need to defeat the Dark Lords, the biggest villains in several domains, to be able to take their place and then enact Ezra's plan to get them all the heck out of here. Over the time, they've trained as D&D classes, taking on certain gifts and curses from the mists. Tyler, who is wearing horns right now, is now green-skinned. He has horns. He can take off his pinky and do magic things with it, and he is trained as a blade singer. He is a wizard who will kick your ass right up close or get hit like one time and then go to sleep. Then there's Del, who's trained as a visual bard. Okay, Tyler?
This just really got me.
Then Del, who's trained as a visual bard, so she's able to do visual art using the reality blade to carve her magic into reality. She's also able to talk to ghosts. Her hair is always, fluttering in an ethereal wind. She has those reflective dog's eyes that help her carry through. She's also befriended her best friend, Rumple Foreskin, a skeletal horse fueled by fire, and she is currently dating a demon, Lucretia, a succubus, meaning that she has multi-classed into warlock over the course of her adventures now that she has a demonic girlfriend who lives in her blood. Tyler's best friend currently, I think, is Ivan, his familiar, who he summons, who's just kind of chill. Sometimes he's a bat. He can also take up space to live inside a doll. Then there's Guy Bradford, who died. So Guy was brought back from the dead with no memory whatsoever. He now has ghostly spectral limbs that extend from his elbows to his hands, his knees to his feet, and his eyes. They all glow unnaturally and kill anything he touches. Because he had no memory whatsoever, he took on a new identity. He's finding his way in the world. He's now named New Rogue. He named himself. He's become a cleric of Ezra. He's determined to serve this god of hope and life and goodness, no matter what anyone tells him about Ezra. And he can touch the one thing that he truly loves that he can touch is Jack Magnum, a goat given to him by the mists who can hang out with him. He also has started to really fall in love with this realm's version of a horse that he knows is Westra Amberise, a cockatrice that he can ride around that occasionally attacks him and tries to turn him to stone. Then there's Adam McNamara, who became Shadow Nemesis. He has become a Saturday morning cartoon villain. He wears RoboCop armor. He's trained as a barbarian, so he is an absolute berserker. He's also collected several armies in an attempt to garner all the power he can for unknown and menacing reasons. He hates when people don't do what he wants, and if they don't do it, he tries to make them or kill them or manipulate them. He's a cool guy. He's definitely not caused any conflict inside the party. He's also got a symbiote inside his head, a la Venom, named Shadow Master that can talk to him. And he has been dragging along an evil squire, once to the Black Knight, who Adam defeated and took the symbiote from, Dr. Deputy, because he promoted the squire to Dr. Deputy when he met him, who has survived their travails through the realms. They defeated the first realm. Shadow Nemesis became the Dark Lord, discovered it, became his own personal hell, and followed the team through to the next realm, where they continued forwards. In that realm, it was New Rogue's turn to become the Dark Lord, defeating the final old man in a race to see who could kill him. And then the party made their way through this third domain, where it appears, as far as they can tell, to be a bit of a Groundhog Day scenario. They've played through a couple of days where they have died and then restarted where they woke up again. On this particular day, they had made their way out to a farm, discovered the Talisman of Ultimate Evil, which can only be held by Shadow Nemesis without it causing massive damage to someone. Then Del was eaten by an owl. They made their way back to the town. They know there's a big final battle between the Gravewalker and Prince Auric Bright Eyes, but they have not actually made it to that battle at any point in this day. When they got back to town, Del finally returned. She survived. She was chased by a T-Rex, but she got to the town safely along with Rumple Foreskin, only for a giant owl to eat New Rogue. And he was carried away inside a giant owl, and the party decided to make their way to a collapsing monastery. Which from a previous adventure as a ghost, because he died earlier that day than everyone else, Shadow Nemesis had scouted out. He led the plan. They snuck their way through the forests, evaded any guards or monsters that were further out, and set up a display of a troll head that they had ripped off of a troll, and they tied up two of the cockatrices to open the front door and hope the zombies go out and eat the head and or the birds so they could sneak inside. Jack Magnum is also inside the owl. That's all the big stuff that I think is going on right now in the course of this day. That's it. Does anybody have any continuity questions, anything like that? I think right now, in terms of magic items that are directly affecting things, Tyler's wearing an earring of sexiness that makes him a bit more of a himbo. He's less perceptive, but he's more persuasive. Shadow Nemesis has a berserker axe where if he takes damage, he'll attack everyone else, but the axe makes him stronger.
Yeah. And I got the Talisman of Ultimate Evil
and he has that,
yeah, which
everyone thought he would use to summon the power of the evil charges inside it, and instead he's been whipping it around like a bolo, just trying to slap people with it. Which, honestly, smarter than a lot of other options. So, like, that's Adam. He mathed out the right thing to do. Okay. Are there any questions from any of our players in terms of continuity or anything else?
Maybe you're going to cover this when we get into it, but I just don't know the moments leading up to the beginning of this episode. I don't recall how we're doing. I feel like things went poorly at the monastery, and we were fucking around and we're about to find out.
You guys had just set up your whole plan. So you were around the side of the monastery. It's you, Del, you have your cockatrice and Adam's cockatrice. And then
no, I kept mine.
Yeah, you sent it over to the side with the others, so it was safe.
What I was
saying. And then so Deathstalker's over there, and then Shadow Nemesis had waited to open the door. There's a troll head set up about 30 feet outside the door, right in front of it, and then 60 feet from the door are the cockatrices in a straight line. So the plan is just Shadow Nemesis was about to open it. He just opened the door. That's where we left off. So it was like the plan had been put in place.
Okay,
you'd successfully snuck there. Door open time was where we'd left things at.
Okay.
All righty. It's time for us to return to Ravenloft. New Rogue. You find yourself in a dark moment. You had accidentally, hideously injured the Dr. Deputy while trying to stop him from robbing an unconscious man to make him poor so he could help him. And then you turned and saw Shadow Nemesis about to murder Gregornant Man, just battling him in the middle of the street, swinging around the Talisman of Ultimate Evil. And you knew there was only one way that you could make this situation change. There was only one way you could try to just get through to the heart of friendship inside Shadow Nemesis. And you picked up the Dr. Deputy in your cape to keep him safe from your hands. And you ran over, and your hands melted through your cape, and Dr. Deputy fell out, and his guts exploded out of his side, and he died. And you screamed, and you screamed. And Del managed to save the Dr. Deputy. You did see him get healed and stand up to go over her. And then you just heard a ooh, and you found yourself scooped up inside a giant owl. You knew this because it has happened to you before, but it is very dark in here. Can you roll me a perception with advantage?
Oh, good. Oh, good. That is good. Let me add my modifier, if I may. That will be a 19.
Ooh.
19. As you fall into this stomach. Though it is very dark, you feel it around you, and you realize you are inside not just a stomach, because you've felt the sides of stomachs before. You've tickled the sides of stomachs before.
Oh, yeah.
There's a chainmail with some plates around you. And as you reach out and feel through it, you can feel there's almost a rubber lining. And you hear a clang above you. And you reach up and you can feel that there are bars where this owl's throat is. So you can't just blast out the throat like you did last time.
It's a robot.
And from beside you, you hear,
Jack Magnum. Oh, where are you, pal? You here? Walk to me. Walk to my voice.
He jumps into you.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, pal. Looks like I led you from one disaster to another. Now we're inside a giant owl, but buddy, I don't think it's a regular owl. Here, let me lift you up. Tap your hooves on what I assume to be bars.
Can you roll me an animal handling?
Yeah, man. Oh. That's an 11.
He goes limp in your arms. He goes,
Oh no, you're all tuckered out from being swallowed by a giant owl. I get it, pal. Okay. You just stay here, give me moral support, and I'll try and get us out of here, okay? I got your back too. All right. Time to use my magic. Oh shit, I'm out of spells. Okay, wait. No, I have cantrips.
Yeah.
I'm going to use some sacred flame, and I would like to just let's see. I want to light something so that it stays on fire, so I can at least. I have dark. Wait, no. I have dark vision. Let me see about this. Do I have dark vision now that I am? I don't have dark vision.
For anyone at home wondering what it's like to play Dungeons and Dragons, this is what happens inside most people's heads while they're looking at the
Yes.
Sorry about that.
You're hearing players stream of consciousness, and I love it.
Okay, so I don't have dark vision. So yeah, I'm going to use sacred flame, and I'm just going to I know, pal. Wait, I'm going to pick you back up, pal. I'm just going to take a tuft of your hair just for a quick moment, okay, pal? No, it's okay. It's not going to hurt. I think goat hair can get sheared very easily, and you don't feel nothing. No, you won't. I promise you, okay? Now,
Can you roll me a sleight of hand?
yeah. Yes, this is it is a 19.
Ooh.
A big fur in your hand.
There you go. See, it feels good. I got your little rump. You got a Sean rump. Shown. It's a clear rump now. Okay. I'm going to stick this on the end, this tuft of hair on my hammer. No, not my hammer. I will use an arrow because hammers aren't great torches. So I'm going to stick an arrow on this. And here goes, baby. From the bowels of my love of Ezra, sacred flame. And I light the tip of the arrow on fire.
Great. How much damage does Sacred Flame do?
Let me see here. Give me a second. Okay, so that's range is 60 feet. The spell's damage increases by 1d8 when you reach 5th level. Oh, here goes. 1d8 radiant damage.
So it's going to be
2d8. So roll me 2d8.
Okay. This is a good thing. It's a 1. And that's a 4. That's a 5 altogether.
You call forth this powerful weaponized sacred flame, and it blasts completely through the arrow, which disappears. The goat fur, however, sinks down into your hand. It is safe, but you just melted through the center of this arrow. This is an extreme amount of damage for an arrow, a small piece of kindling.
Oh, okay, wait, so the hair didn't set on fire,
Nope,
and I
you
lost
caught
an
the hair.
arrow. Damn. Okay, no worries, bud. That didn't work out. Not your fault. You knew it wasn't going to work? you're just playing along to humor me to make me feel better because we're in a tense situation? And you like the fact that you have a nice clean rump now. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, tell you what. I'm just going to, because I feel like we're in a cage. I don't know how to get out of here outside of just blasting it apart, but I'm afraid of hurting you in the process. So tell me, what should I do, Jack Magnum? Okay. Right. Okay. I have a lighter. I should have just used the lighter. Why didn't I use the lighter? I should know and remember that I have a lighter. Okay. I'm going to take... yeah, that's on me. I'm going to take out the lighter. And I take out my lighter and I light it. What do I see?
As you look around, you see that you do seem to be inside some kind of bag. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing this right. That is a... Where is it? Okay, saving throws. Let's see. Do I have any on? Yes. Okay, so that's a 16.
16. As you look around, from what you would imagine from biology, having already been inside an owl's stomach before, it seems like this is actually the stomach of a giant owl. It has just been lined with rubber and with some protection to perhaps prevent, one might say, tickling of the inside of the owl or explosively murdering the owl by jumping out its throat.
Oh.
There's a grill at the top keeping you in.
There's a grill at the top. Okay, so I infer all of this.
Yes.
Clever owls. Seems they don't like being exploded from inside. Okay, I'm gonna have to open up this grate somehow, buddy, and we're gonna have to then clamber out of here. And find some new position and just take it from there. So
to make sure to make sure the scale of this owl makes sense to you, it's like you were inside a small camping tent. You can stand up in it, but we're not talking a palatial space in an owl the size of an airplane. This is a little more cramped.
Great. But there is a grate above me.
Correct.
That's okay. So I'm just going to actually try and lift it up because I didn't even know that. It might not even be locked, and I might just, might be really simple. So I'm just going to grab it. I'm just going to push up.
Can you roll me your damage from touching things with your hands?
Yes, I can. So let's see. Death touch. As an action, you can focus your deathly touch and attack your foes with an unarmed strike. Add 2d10 necrotic damage. Okay.
That's crazy.
2d10 necrotic damage. Let me find my D10. Where are you? Here it is. Okay, that's a 5. And that's a 10, 15.
Whoa, yeah.
Your hands start to melt through these bars, and you realize with some dedicated work, it appears to be locked in place. But though the owl had prepared for, one might say, regular throat explosions, they had not prepared for a man who can melt through metal with his death touch hands.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep on busting my way through, or have I busted my way through?
Let's see how long it takes you. What role do you think? Would you see this as an attack, or would you see this as like a sleight of hand to try to unlock it quickly with where you're going to melt through?
No, I'm gonna attack it because
brute force it. I love it.
Yeah, brute force.
Great. Roll me your attack damage 3 times.
So like a D10 3 times?
2d10 plus whatever you add normally for your death touch attack. Okay. So you've done 15.
Oh yeah, okay. It's a D4 plus 2d10. Okay, so a D4 on top of that. Okay, cool. Roll my D4. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 2d10 plus a D4 plus your strength, I think.
Jeez.
So my D4 is a 3, and I'm going to do a D10, 2 of those. And that's a 6. Yeah, that's a 6. Oh wait. That's that's a 6. And that's an 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a 16. And then my strength is, where the hell are you? My strength is just I just add +2. It's a +2, yeah.
Okay, so that one's what, 18, I think?
Yeah.
Great. The third one will just do it. We don't even need to roll on this. That's clear. It has taken you some time. You're not sure how much time. There's been a goat braying. You've been hearing the muscular flexing of an owl and the thud of its heart through this torso and this bag, but you have successfully snapped through the grill. You can set it down below you safely so it doesn't hit Jack Magnum. But the avenue to the throat is now open to this owl.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Okay, buddy. I'm going to put you back in your little harness here. So jump in, pal.
Can you roll me an animal handling?
Yeah. That's that's good. That's a 24.
Whoa.
Jumps right in, uses his mouth to tie himself in, cinch it even tighter.
Hell yeah, buddy. Okay. Now, I've been an owl or two before. This is the second one. So we want to go up through this channel here. Now, being a master of physiology
this
and
is
religion.
the point where you feel the owl shift. So you're no longer looking up at the opening. It is now horizontal. You end up falling forwards and resting at the bottom.
Shit!
Staring at forwards. The beak is still closed, so it's dark, but you know the throat you can just crawl towards.
Okay, I think he's flying, pal, so this is gonna be tougher. Okay, here goes. Wait, am I crushing him now? Because did I fall forward?
No, you stopped yourself. Knees and hands.
Okay, great. You know what I did last time to get out of here? I used a little trick called using a magic stick. So that's what I'm going to do now. Here goes. I'm going to use the fairy wand of gusting.
Oh, no.
Ready, buddy? Okay, buckle your borscht belt. Here it comes.
All right, so roll me a D10 and then another D10.
A D10, another D10. Okay. That's a 1.
It's a 1, okay.
And a 9.
Terrifyingly enough, you cast Gust of Wind. A line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. The spell will last 1 minute. Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line. That isn't possible. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement. Yeah. All right, you blast this line forwards, and you hear "whoo!" and the beak opens, and you can see the sky as you look forwards out this hole of the mouth of this owl. But the way of the escape is open to you. What do? You are still gusting wind out of your wand. You have 60 seconds of wind spraying out of it.
Quickly, though, I just want to make sure I'm not up too high because I don't want to fall and die. Last time I was a doll. This time, not a doll.
Correct.
So what can I make? Can I see anything but sky?
You can just see sky currently.
That's not
you
good.
could crawl forwards to try to see more, but then you start touching the inside of the owl with no protection with your spooky hands. So, can you roll me a perception?
Oh, yeah, sure, fine. That's a 10.
It's a 10. You realize you are probably also at risk of melting through this bag now that you're touching it with your knees, your hands, and other things that's protecting the owl. So you have a limited amount of time in here no matter what. You're not sure how much time. It's hard to see.
Okay. So I see this guy through his open gullet. Yep. I'm walking away from the bag, and there's a gust of wind just blowing, and that will only blow for 60 seconds. Can I see a uvula on this owl?
The mists swirl up around you, new rogue. Roll me a d6.
I'm just gonna Google something.
So that's a 2.
There is no uvula.
What? Okay.
Pretty accurate.
Really? Owls don't have uvulas? Oh,
Dogs, cats, and
man.
birds. Yep.
In fact,
Dogs
you can see
don't
nothing.
either?
It's
Oh,
clear based
really?
on the way that this owl is flying and the internal physiological makeup of it that you can see you're not going to be able to see out from inside. You're going to have to go all the way out if you want to see what's out there, unless you've got another idea.
Okay, I'm just mad that owls are like mouth eunuchs. I did not know that. Do they have any?
man.
Jeez, man. Okay, fine. I'm just going to. I'm going to take some arrows then, place them in my hands, and I'm.
You have a
use...
wand in one hand spraying the gust forwards. Are you waiting for that to go out?
Okay, I'm just going to take what while I have it in my one hand. I'm going to take an
Yep.
arrow in my other, and
Yep.
I'm going to use this arrow to walk forward while I brace myself at the roof of his mouth with my arrow. So I'm going to just like push it in the top of his mouth, step forward.
It's a beak,
And just
so there's,
a beak.
there's not flesh there, but yeah, okay.
Still,
Okay,
it
so you stab up.
should grip. Yeah. And I just want to get to the very end and look out and see if there's any place for me to jump safely.
Can you, as the mist swirls up around you, roll me a d6?
Oh God.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you,
a
Sarah.
6.
These are amazing.
Hey, you find yourself standing for this brief moment at the edge of this beak with one arrow holding you into the roof of the beak, peeking out with Jack Magnum strapped to you, and you realize you are hundreds of feet up because this bird has been flying near vertically for the entire time you were inside it.
Oh, I don't want this. I don't like this.
Take a quick commercial break right there.
No.
New Rogue, you find yourself standing in this beak, holding it open as you begin to feel your ghostly feet and knees splinter through the bottom part of the beak. You have seconds before you fall out of this bird's mouth. What do you do?
Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to stick the wand out, and I'm going to basically.
When
try
you
and
say
level-
out, directly out from the bird in front of you, down towards the ground, what's your target?
Yeah. So I'm pointing it downward and out the mouth, just kind of level it off, just for a little bit, because I don't want him to spill us out, and I'm just going to basically be like, giant owl. I know you're confused and hungry, and you probably want to eat me, but you shouldn't, because I'm a friend of the birds. I'm a friend of the cockatrices. Smell me, know me. Does this do anything?
Okay. I have to check one thing first. Giant owl needs to pass.
Oh my
The
God.
giant owl needs to pass a con save. Just a moment.
Smell me and know me better, man.
Come in.
Yeah, you don't fall through its beak. It manages to hold on as you begin to hear going, oh, 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 around you. It begins
Oh.
shaking.
Okay, Jack Magnum, I don't speak owl. Knock some sense into him. Give him a nice big speech to explain that we're friends. We mean him no harm, and he has to land us down. Meanwhile, I'm gonna alternate my wand, so I'm putting now word on a slight downward trajectory. So I want to now, instead of leveling him off, I know I'm not going to be spit out of the mouth. I just want him to, tilt a little down, so we start going further and further towards the earth.
So you're aiming it on like a diagonal upwards to try to force the front of the owl down.
Exactly. Now I'm doing it opposite, baby. Well, Jack
Fabulous.
hopefully saves me.
Can you roll me an animal handling?
Listen to Jack.
Yeah, that's a 14.
The owl is actually maintaining its height and flying into the distance. Can you roll me a perception with disadvantage with the amount going on?
Come on, 2 natural 20s. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so with disadvantage, oh my God. One's a 17, one's a 16, but wait, I'm putting my modifier on it. This is perception, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 19.
19.
Oh, wait, no, that's a 20. I get an extra point for my skills because of my stone of decent luck. 20.
Heck yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So when you look into the distance in the sky, you think you are just seeing a bright, sunny afternoon until you realize there's just a glint in the distance of the sky. It's a little bit magical and shimmering. It's small from here, but a flight away, one might say. There is something in the sky that this bird seems to be battling to keep heading towards. Jack Magnum keeps going.
That's right. Yes.
Is there anything else you want to do, New Rogue?
Wait. I want to ask you a question. So the owl is flying towards this shimmering.
As far as you can tell, that is right in front of you. You're trying to force it down, but the owl is pretty dexterous in the sky and is battling back against your thing. And then it swoops upwards. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw to try to stay in this mouth instead of ending back up in the gut bag?
Okay. Yes, that is a 19.
19. You stay in this mouth. So what do you want to try to do? Jack Magnum is bleeding. The owl is climbing higher somehow. The wand is in your hand as it's guttering out of energy.
Okay, fine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to injure its wing, one wing, so that it at least starts to make a descent. I think.
Okay.
I don't like doing that, but I'm sorry if you won't listen to the wise words of Jack Magnum. I'm sorry. And I point and I take my arrow out of the roof of its mouth and I lean out and I'm going to tilt my hands and I'm going to fire off some sacred flame rounds at his right wing.
Okay, let me roll the dexterity saving throw to see if he can dodge. And he can't. Roll your damage.
Okay, what was it? 1d8 radiant damage, was that it?
2d8.
2d8.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
No. All right. Poor guy. He's just trying to eat me and fly. That's a 1. And that's an 8. It's a 9.
All right. You fire off and blast a burning hole through this wing. And at the midpoint, it's flopping, but it's still in the air, only he's beginning to spin down towards the earth now as he's lost complete control of this flight. You are on a careening owl headed right towards the ground.
Okay. Good. Okay, pal. Thank you for trying to... Oh, right. I'd be crazy right now. Okay, pal. You did your best. Don't worry. Now... when we get really close to the ground, we're both going to have to jump out. All right? So put on your game face. Can you do that for me, pal?
Your hands and feet punch through the head of this owl. So you just explode at the head of this owl that's now free falling around you.
I'm going to grab onto the remaining feathers. Can I do that?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh no! Do I get a advantage?
No.
Because that's a 9.
That's a 9. You reach out and the few feathers you can grab just burst into nothingness as your hands melt through them around you.
Oh, so wait, I'm just freeballing now, like in the sky?
You are correct. You are falling at a rate of 32 feet per second. You are accelerating the whole time though, so it's getting bad. You do not have long. Seconds to live.
Okay, I'm pointing my fairy wand of gusting downward, and I'm going to basically try and use the remaining gust to not splatter my body.
Can you roll me as the mists swirl up around you?
Oh no!
A D6.
3.
Oh!
You lower the wand, and it blasts you back, and you explode through the owl, covered in blood and gore and mess. And that's why you can't see when you slam into the ground. And a massive spray of violence and gore, and you expect to be dead. You expect to go to nothing, new rogue. And that's when you realize with a cough that you are still alive. You can feel the holy power of the front cover of Terminator 2 tattooed on your back.
Oh, yeah.
Your life well tattoo that takes you from the first time you would hit 0 HP to 1 health point. So you have 1 HP. But you find yourself rising up from the ground, impossibly surrounded by exploded owl and gore and everything else.
Jack Magnum, where are you, buddy?
I have to.
Did I land on my back? Please tell me I landed on my back.
And that's when you look down and realize that you landed on Jack Magnum.
Oh.
And the goat has died.
Oh, no.
No!
We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
All right, let me get back into it. Wait, I want to revivify, but I remember I used up all my goddamn slots saving, like, I don't even remember who actually now. I think it was.
Can you roll me a history?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. This won't be helpful. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Can you roll me a D4?
That's a 2.
You remember that you healed. This is just the way it worked out, but it is. You remember that you healed Shadow Nemesis after throwing rocks at him.
Oh!
Thanks,
What?
buddy.
I used up my last revivify in Shadow Nemesis? What the fuck? No! Oh God! Oh, it hurts. I'm just. Oh fuck. Oh wait. Spare of the Dying is the. If I touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable. I have Spare of the Dying. Yes, and I can touch him. This should work. It's a cantrip, right?
Can you roll me a perception to try to figure out what is Jack Magnum among this spattered mess?
He's going to be a Frankenstein-like monster. I put it back together. That's 16.
You search around, you try, you're not sure where he is. You cast Spare the Dying, but everything here is already dead. There's no living creature.
No.
It's impossible to save a life that has been lost. Your godly powers have been spent.
Wait, Ezra, pal, sexy. I know I don't try to beseech you as much, and I know I have to stand on my own 2 feet, and I also know that you don't talk to me, but you only talk to Tyler. But please, or maybe even Lucretia. I don't know any gods out there. I am asking you right now, please, I need you to put some life back in my pal. I know things were a little rough between us. He was jealous of Westra, but I think that's just because he saw that Westra and I had so much in common. We both hurt people when we touch them. That's it. But still, he had to know he was the apple of my eye. You have to, gods, please, with all my faith, divine fucking intervention, come and save this goat now, or I cast you all aside. Do it now, God damn it.
And standing in the woods, surrounded by dead, brittle trees, this is the moment where there is a clap of thunder and a cloud of darkness appears in the distance. And this black, dark vortex begins to expand out and spin out and cover the entire sky until, New Rogue, you find yourself standing in a world without the sun. There are no stars. You are in the inky blackness of night, surrounded by death, and your prayer is unanswered. What do you do?
Wait. If Jack Magnum's dead, then he might just come back again. Wait, I'm getting all twisted for nothing, right? So all I have to do is a good old-fashioned suicide, and I'll be back with him again. Right? I'm going to use the rod of double-checking to see if that's correct.
Okay, you tap the rod on your head.
All right, makes sense
Based
to me.
on the experiences you have had, I don't like having to walk somebody through this line of thinking. Everyone at home, this is a comedy. We're not doing the real things. Dear God. You tap it on your head. From what you know, from what you've experienced in this realm, every time your party has died, the day has restarted at that time in the woods. That's what you've experienced. This is your third day. If it goes to the pattern as it has, then that is theoretically possible. However, no one has at any point harmed themselves, so you don't know if that's related to the magic in any way, shape, or form. That's an outside thing, and you don't know if you have an unlimited number of tries. You don't really know the rules. You just know that you helped Angelina. You do know that when Shadow Nemesis died, he became a ghost and was traveling around as a ghost because you saw that ghost and you interacted with that ghost.
All right. Okay, so there's a lot of pieces to this that okay. I feel like maybe Jack Magnum could be brought back, but if I take myself out, maybe I won't.
And the mists swirl up around you and give you a pop culture reference to help you in this moment.
Okay. Yeah, this is just like in that movie Dogma. No, I'm just going to say the title of Dogma, and that's the reference. You know, it's Dogma. No, this is... there's a lot of wrinkles to all of this, a lot of unforeseen consequences. Just like how God was trapped in, that John Doe because he attended a skee ball like game, and he was beaten by a bunch of demons. And by that happening, it allowed like one of the archangels, to cross through, the doors of another church, which would destroy all of the cosmos because it went against God's rules. And I'm not about going against God's rules. It's too risky. I can't.
The mists swirl up around you, giving you another pop culture reference that helps support the decision you have already made.
Wait, to not do this or to support the big S?
I want to be clear. You had decided you were going to live. Please do the pop culture reference. You live.
Okay. This is like these are all going to be very great references tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. This is just like that Red Hot Catholic Love episode of South Park, where the one priest finds out that there's a lot of deviations with what he thought Catholicism was, and he thinks he's towing the line, but the organized religion itself is not. So there's a discrepancy there. But all I know is I have to go the right path, the moral path that I know. And so I'm about
the
life.
swirls up around you, giving you another pop culture reference.
Yeah. Also, what dreams may come. I mean, that hit with Robin Williams. P.U. We all know what happened to his wife when she tried to go after Robin Williams, right?
No.
Right? Watch the movie, everybody.
And a fourth inspirational pop culture reference.
Yeah. George Michael, you got to have faith. So yeah, hot, sexy faith. No, this is wrong. I shouldn't have these thoughts. But I sure do miss you, pal. I'm just going to collect all the bits I can think of, and I'm going to take off my cape. I'm going to turn my cape into like a little hobo bindle and attach the end of my hammer. And I'm going to put other pieces inside of my little satchel. And I'm just going to collect all the pieces that look like Jack Magnum, that I hope.
Can you roll me a sleight of hand?
Whoa, that flew out oh my God. That's a knife's edge thing. That like flew out of the tower and is on the edge of my table. Perception, you say? That is
no, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, sorry about that. That is a 21.
21. You managed to just touch your cape as briefly as possible to set up your bindle and scoop as much, as many pieces and goo as you can and gore into this hammer bindle over your shoulder.
Okay. All right. And now I'm just going to I'm going to use my sending stone to try and get in touch with the folks and tell them what's happened. So,
and you would. Mm-hmm. Only it's not in your pocket. You don't know where it went during the crash.
Oh no! Wait, do I have everything else on me? Can I at least search and make sure I have everything else and I haven't lost any other things? Is that something that can quickly be done?
The mist swirls up around you. Roll me a d6.
Oh, minion.
6.
Yeah.
You have everything else.
Oh, come on. No. Ezra, you're really pushing it right now, buddy. Fuck. Okay. Then I can't do anything when I'm hurt like this. I'm just going to remain still for 4 hours. in my trance-like state. That's what I do. So I'm going to kneel. I'm going to put my head down, actually. I'm going to cover my head with my hands, and I'm just going to silently weep as I go into my trance.
And you silently weep as you go into your trance in the midst of this wreckage, far from your friends under an unholy night sky. Not sure what will happen next, but sure of all that you've lost. And we'll see what happens to you in our next episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dmitry Taras. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, Jahzzar, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.